Hello boys and girls, welcome to episode 1 of what to do with your trumpet or cornet. Now you're going to ask, what's a cornet? So here we go. Right here in this case we have a cornet. Okay, a cornet is a little bit shorter than a trumpet, so let me go ahead and show you. But before we do that, let's talk about how to open your cases. So there are these latches on your cases. Okay, you flip them up and then they're open, and it's that simple. Okay, well, make sure when you first set down your case, and always set it down on the floor when you open it. Don't set it on a table. I'm only doing this because I'm filming and I have to be this high up. Okay, so you'll want to make sure you put it down on the floor nice and flat, not like this, because if you do this and you open it, your instrument might come rolling out and things might break or might get scratched. So always make sure it is completely flat. Okay, now how do you know which way is up and down? So here we go. Sometimes we will go ahead and write on the top LAUSD. Okay, that's going to show that this way is up, and then the opposite end, well, sometimes they have it and sometimes they don't. In this case, this one has it. So another way I can tell is this. Another way I can tell is if I flip the latches and the latches goes up and then down, that's good. If it's the other way around, that means it's upside down. So if I do this, here we go. If I do this, the latches goes down and then up, then I know it's upside down. Okay, it'll take a little bit of getting used to it, but it's very, very simple. So I'm gonna flip this back, and here we go. So once you open your case, here's your instrument right here on the inside. So you see this is a cornet. Cornet is shorter, so this is shorter. Trumpets will be a little bit longer. Okay, so typically we give people cornets if they're younger. That way it's lighter, it's easier to hold. And we give people trumpets if they're a little older, a little taller, so it's a little heavier, a little longer. That way it's good for their age and their height. Okay, now let's talk about the next part, which is, where's my mouthpiece? So here we go. Sometimes you'll see a mouthpiece will be here or here. In this case you don't, because this particular case has a hidden compartment right here. So if you open it up, right there you will see a mouthpiece, and there's your mouthpiece. Ta-da! So here we go. We're gonna kind of take it out, and we are gonna go ahead and put the case down for a second here, because we will need this space while I'm talking. All right, there we go. All right, so we have our trumpet, we have our mouthpiece, so here we go. How do I hold my instrument? Well, you hold it with your left hand. That is this hand right here. Okay, so depends on how big your hands are. What you do is you take your thumb, it goes through, and you hold it right there. It goes through the other side. See that? And then you can take your pinky and put it on the bottom right here. Now I have really, really big fingers, so sometimes I will take my pinky and my ring finger and I'll put it on the bottom, and I'll take my middle finger and my pointer finger and I'll put it right here. Some of you are going to ask, what's this little ring for? Don't worry about it right now. We're just going to leave that alone. So if you can manage to put your finger through it, that's great. That'll help you hold it as well. If not, sometimes the ring is further. You can just leave it alone and then just hold the trumpet like this. See, like this right there. Okay. All right. Now, next part, What do I do with my right hand? So here we go. You take your right hand and you go ahead and you take your thumb, put it on the bottom. Take your pinky. Now some teachers will, give you slightly different instruction here. Some will say put your pinky on, rest on top of this little hook, and some will say, well, just put it here on the bottom. So you can go either way, so that's up to your teacher, okay? For my students, just be a little easier right now. Let's just put it here. It'll help you kind of hang on to the instrument. But remember, the left hand is responsible for holding the trumpet up, okay? So it's not the right hand's job to do it. The right hand's job is to press these valves, okay? So here we go. So you put that there, and then you have your 3 fingers. 1, 2, and 3, okay? Let's give you a different view right here. So here we go. We're at the top right here. All right. So you're holding your trumpet like this. Your left hand, this is my left hand. See, I'm wearing a ring. This is my ring finger. You take your thumb, put it through, come over, hold it, turn it over. I take my right hand, thumb rest on the bottom of this tube right here, pinky, put it inside this hook, and you have your finger 1, 2, and 3, okay? So remember, it's 1. 1 is the finger that's closest to you, 2, and 3 is the one that's farthest away from you. So don't get confused. Don't say 1, 2, 3, then you have it flipped around. That's going to be very important in our upcoming episodes on how to play. So you have to know it's 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now, after that, let's talk about your mouthpiece. Okay, the mouthpiece goes inside your trumpet really, really easily. Watch this. There, I'm done. Notice I did not pound the mouthpiece. I did not have to twist and push in. All I did was just put it in, and that's it. That's tight enough, okay? Now, you don't want to pound or push it in because it's going to get stuck later and you are going to have a really, really hard time taking it out, or sometimes it's impossible to take it out without a tool called the mouthpiece puller. Okay, that tool costs about $50. So just try to not get it stuck so you wouldn't have to worry about that. Okay, if it gets stuck, please don't try to take it out. If you can't just twist and pull it out just by the strength of your arms or by your parents' arms, if they can't just do this, that means it's stuck. So don't try to pull, because I've seen some trumpets come back and cornets where this tube right here is bent because they're trying to pull it out. So don't do that. And I've seen a lot of mouthpieces or trumpets with a lot of scratch marks because somebody tried to use a plier, okay, and try to get that out, and that will damage the instrument. If it does get stuck, please contact me, and then we'll figure out, a way for you to get that out and get that fixed. Okay. Now, next thing let's talk about is, what if I'm practicing and I want to take a break, or I want to go and flip through a book or do something else? What do I do with my instrument? Okay. The best thing that you can do is put it down in your case. Okay, I know my case is down there, but that's just to save me trouble from having to get the whole thing up. But I would put it down in my case and then flip through my pages, do whatever I need to do, take a break, and then come back and play. But I would never ever leave it standing like this. Okay, can you guess why? Right, exactly, you got it. Because it might fall over and you might break something. I've seen it a lot where a student will turn around, they'll do something, they'll turn around and they'll forget it's there. They'll knock it over. So it's going to fall and it's going to break something or dent or damage something. Okay. And if you have your mouthpiece in there, what's going to happen is when it falls, your mouthpiece is going to hit the floor first. So then it's going to push the mouthpiece in, and then you have trouble trying to take it out. So that's why we don't ever leave our instrument like this. If you want to take a break, just put it in your case, lay it down, and that's great. Okay? All right. So now let's talk when you're done at the end of the day. Okay? What do you do? How do I put it away? Well, here we go. Let's pretend I was playing. I have my mouthpiece in. Okay? It should be very easy to take my mouthpiece out because I haven't pushed on it, right? So I'm going to bring our case back. All right, here is our case right there. All right, so flip, open, flip, open, and open our case. Depending on which case you have, okay? If you have a case with a hidden compartment, then yes, you would need to go ahead and put the mouthpiece back, which is what I will do now. I'm going to put my mouthpiece in my hidden compartment, and let's see. Does this fit? I don't know. I don't think so. Does this fit? No, I can't close it. No. So it's kind of like a puzzle. You have to figure it out, okay? So like this. Ah, that's much better. And then I will go ahead and close my case, okay? Now, very, very important that you make sure your latches are locked correctly, okay? So the latches has to go up and down, up and down, okay? Let me show you a different view of that. So here we go. So your latches, here we go, has to go over and lock, go over and lock, okay? Sometimes I see students, they're in a rush to leave to go do something else, and they don't check to see if this is locked or not. And what will happen is this. They will say, okay, I felt it click. There, it's clicked. And then they would take their handle, they would grab it, and then, oh, guess what? You know it. Their instrument comes flying out of their case, hits the floor, and they break something. So always take that extra, I don't know, a second or two just to look at it. Is it really locked or is it not? So make sure it's really locked, and then it's safe, and then you're ready to go. See, nice and safe, and nothing bad's going to happen to it. All right, well, that is our episode 1 on how to open your cases, how to hold your instrument. So tune in for future episodes to learn how to play your instrument. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.